Welcome to Issues. I'm Richard Smith, your host, and we're going to have an exciting discussion this evening. By the way, several of you, or many of you, have stopped me in the street and have told me how much you're enjoying Issues. You appreciate the information that we give, and that type of news makes us real happy. Once again, if you choose to email us, you can go to our website. It's issuesbda.com. issuesbda.com. Well, today we have with us someone from Chustic, Gavin Smith. Welcome, Gavin. We're happy to have you with us. By the way, we're going to be talking about rap music, and people that tune into ATV Channel 80, they probably are not aware, they're not familiar with rap music at all. So tell us, first of all, tell us, what is your connection with Chustic? Exactly what do you do there?
Well, I'm the executive director of the Chustic Foundation, and I was one of the founders. So I've been there, Chustic's been in operation for about 10 years, and I've been full-time when it became a foundation in 2009 for about 3 years now. And we do a lot of work with young people as well as community events in and around, both at our home base on Court Street at the Chustic Foundation headquarters, which is across from Spinning Wheel. A lot of people know it by that. As well as in the broader community.
And I believe you also have charity status.
Yep.
Okay.
We're registered charity number 857, and when we began, we kind of started as just an open mic, which is, for those that are unfamiliar with that format, it's kind of like a microphone with a bit of band set up, and people get up and express themselves. A lot of people think of it as a poetry night sort of a thing. And then somewhere around year 4, year 5, we started getting invited into the schools and in the prisons to do workshops with young people.
Oh, that I didn't know. What kind of work? We're going to get into the rap music, but what kind of workshops do you do for the schools?
Well, our programs are going through several different sort of evolutions. Back in those days, it was more like coming into a classroom and using poetry, spoken word, and rap to engage young people and to get them sort of excited about writing, reading, and expressing themselves. It kind of evolved over the years so that now we have 2 youth programs that are our core programs, which is Chuslam, which is a spoken word and poetry club. It takes place Saturdays, which is tough for a lot of the Adventist community, unfortunately, but it's Saturdays from 2 to 5. And then we have another program called Twigs, which is an acronym for True Wisdom in Growing Souls. And that's a open mic for young people that takes place the second Saturday evening of every month.
Very good.
So, you know, it's an interesting opportunity to kind of really allow our young people to express themselves.
Yeah.
And rap's just one of those forms.
All right, let's get into rap. Now, again, you know, our audience, they may think rap it means knocking on the door. So tell us, what exactly is rap music?
Well, it is knocking on the door.
Oh.
Metaphorically speaking. Rap is expression of using the voice alongside a beat or a rhythm to music. It started, I'd say, I think it definitely has an actual start date, but it was roughly in the early 80s. And it kind of had this really interesting history and track record, and it's definitely become an agent provocateur.
That's right.
But it has a lot of complexity to it and a lot of diversity within it as a genre. It's just a header for a lot of different forms underneath it.
Now, does rap glorify drugs?
It's a great question. It's one that's been asked since the dawn of mankind with I think, every art form, you know? You look at every great art movement, it has its pros and cons, and has its different forms that are both lauded and celebrated, and those that are reviled and rebuked. Rap definitely has an aspect of it that glorifies sex, drugs, and rock and roll. But that saying came around before rap did, you know what I mean? So I think a lot of times it gets sort of pigeonholed as being just about that. But I think it is an expression of inner city. It is an expression of frustration. It is an expression of the downtrodden. And in its sort of creative arc, it's gone through many different phases. So it didn't start out as gangster rap. It's always been a sort of urban lingo.
Okay. Now, you just used the term there, because we've been saying rap, and now you put in gangster rap. Is there a difference, or are we talking about the same things when we say rap, gangster rap? Is it the same thing?
Well, it's kind of like R&B and soul, or, disco, funk, different sort of subgenres of the same form of expression. So gangster rap kind of had its peak in like the mid '90s, but rap had been around for like 15, 20 years almost by that time. Okay. So it's a part of the the environment of rap, part of the ecology of it, but it's not really the main form. I think nowadays you got pop rap, then you got sort of crossover rap, and you got just hip hop. You got backpacker. You got different sort of subgenres. You got like conscious rap. You got gospel rap.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that I heard you say earlier is that rap does have a leaning or reference to sex, drugs, and something else.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, rock and roll. Now, what effect do you think that type of music would have on the young people, especially young people we have here in Bermuda?
Well, one thing, I mean, it's not, media's influence is pervasive globally. So it's not just, we can't feel special as Bermudians, you know what I mean? It's happening all over the place.
Yes, that's
and
true.
I think it's definitely not also restricted to rap. It's one of those things where it's a part of every sort of subgenre of art, holistically. So you look at visual art, you'll find art that has profound messages, obscene messages. In rap, it's definitely become the art form that is, I think, our young people are really drawn to. Partly it's because it's anti-system a bit, because it is sort of underground. Parents don't understand it, but it's a lot similar to early Motown. I mean, you remember when Marvin Gaye went and kind of started transitioning out of the regular sort of doo-wop thing and doing this What's Going On album.
In my days, they had something called bell-bottom pants. I remember when bell-bottoms were coming in, people said, what's happening with these young people? Where the whole
They're going crazy.
They're going crazy. But now, as we look at some of the words in rap, in fact, as I was doing my research, I would never dare read some of the lyrics that's into rap. Now, why is that necessary? Do you think that those who write rap feel it necessary to use that type of language?
I think sometimes they are trying to be provocative. Sometimes they're trying to. I mean, and I guess who am I to try and speak for all people? But I mean, these young men and women that are expressing themselves, I guess some of them that are doing it vulgarly are doing it to get a rise. To get paid. Unfortunately, money is a very real concern for a lot of our young people, particularly nowadays when you got an economy globally that's kind of going down the drain. They're looking for ways to kind of make a name for themselves. And rap has definitely become a bit of a scapegoat and an opportunity.
Let me add, at Chewstick Foundation, the type of rap that expresses that type of vulgarity, is it there at Chewstick?
We've seen it. It's definitely not the norm. Like in our open mic, which is how it all began, open mics every Sunday night from 8 p.m. till like 1 a.m. And in that format, it's an open mic. And it's just like open mics all over the world. So people sign a book and they get a chance to get on the microphone and share. So we've heard everything from stories to rap to song to bagpipes, ballet, you name it. We had gospel. We had it all actually, and it's very kind of it's very hard to. We've had a guy come through and play a leaf, literally play a cherry leaf. It was a classic sort of Bermudianism, playing a cherry leaf. But we've really seen a lot, and there is sometimes that vulgarity.
Okay, I'm going to give you a quote that I found in my research, and let me know your opinion. It says, "He who writes the nation's songs shapes the nation's soul." Is there any truth to that, do you think?
Yeah, I think, influence is influence. I think it's very powerful and pervasive. Music is it's always been one of the greatest movers and teachers. I think one of the things that's always broken my heart on a local level has been how much our influences have come out in our expression. So a lot of our original ideas tend to get gobbled up by our influences. So our reggae singers sound like the Jamaican, our soul singers sound like the American, our rappers sound like the American. Like this is all a sign of, I think, our size. And I hope that in the future we'll find our real unique voice. And that's where I think opportunities like this for people to share stories and opportunities for for people to express themselves that Chusik is trying to help with will lead us toward that better cultural identity and national identity.
Other than the influence of music, and I'll just share my personal opinion in terms of rap, again, based on my research and talking to some folks, I think it can tend to lead young people down the wrong path. Now, in addition to that type of music, and as we look at the gang situation in Bermuda, does anything else come to mind other than music that might be leading young people to join gangs?
Yeah, the economy. I mean, when people are broke, they're gonna do what they have to do, and that goes for anyone. It's one of those, there before the grace of God go I scenarios. When we were doing our youth program in the prisons, working with underage offenders, the common complaint that we came across was the fact that a lot of these kids didn't have opportunities outside. Some of them felt more comfortable behind bars than they felt on the outside. And when they came out, after we kind of reignited a bit of hope in that they could have a different type of life, they would come out and they would come to us to try and find other opportunities. And really, it's a very hard road out there if you don't have a job and if you don't have skills and credentials.
Do you think family plays have a role? Okay. In what
family,
way would
society, broken homes, broken people.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of work that we need to do all around. And with that regard, I think the music is more a symptom than it is a catalyst. And so these young people, when they're feeling rejected by society, they find solace in expression that makes them, ratifies them, makes them feel like someone can speak for them or speaks from a mindset that is what they can empathize with.
Right.
And it's a challenge. I remember, in terms of a personal story, Chusik began mostly because when I was a kid, I wanted to be a rapper.
Oh.
So me and my core crew, we had a rap group, and we were performing from the age of 14 to 18. Our biggest show was opening up for a big international smash hit American group called the Lost Boys that performed at Spinning Wheel back then, and we opened up for them. Obviously, we didn't become rap stars, but we ended up becoming or evolving into Chusik because we want to create a similar opportunity for young people to be able to find out how to express themselves in a safe environment that allowed them to mature into whole people.
It would seem to me you stated that rap is really an expression as to what's happening in society. I think it's regrettable that some of these rappers have to express that in the type of language that they use. I think one can express the trials and the tribulation that they're finding in a community where the economy is not doing well without some of the vulgar language that they have. Well, Gavin, it's been great having you with us. I thank you for being here, and we'll have to have you come again sometime.
Yeah, I'd love to. You got to come around to the spot sometime.
Okay, that's right. We'll be right back. Welcome back, and we hope you enjoyed the conversation with Gavin Smith from the Chusik Foundation. Now we're still going to be focusing on rap, but a little different rap. We're going to be looking at Christian rap, and we have with us Mashundae Pearman. Welcome, Mashundae.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Tell us, how did you get involved in Christian rap?
Well, I started running when I was like 13 years old, and just to listen to people like TLC, Tony Braxton, just the old school stuff. But I started writing when I was 13.
Started writing, very good.
Yeah, and I just took it from there.
Well, now, let me ask you, in the first segment of our program, we were talking about the lyrics in rap music,
Right.
how it deals with sex, it deals with drugs, it deals with violence. How different is Christian rap?
Well, obviously, it glorifies, Jesus, and not just, sex, drugs, violence.
So it does
glorifies God
Okay.
more than violence and the other funny other stuff that that rap does. Yeah.
But is the sex and violence and drugs, is it also heard in the Christian rap?
No. I mean, well, I write about my testimony, and have done everything right, in my life. So it's kind of like mixed in, but I'm kind of sharing things that I've been through. So it may involve maybe sex or what things that I've been through.
Okay.
Pretty much. That's pretty much it.
So it's talking about your life and,
Yeah.
and some of the things that has affected your life.
Yeah.
Now, and you are a church-going
Yes.
person. How is the Christian rap music accepted in your church?
It's starting to catch on a little bit. I mean, the older ones, well, they really, fully, accepted it fully, but, what, I'm working on it.
You're working
I'm
on
working on that, yeah.
What age group is the Christian rap music specifically for?
I want to reach everybody, I mean, I know that rap is basically aimed for young people, but I want to reach, everybody from, the kids to the older people also, as well. So I'm limited onto a certain group, you know what I'm saying? I want to reach, everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
So
ages.
you do not want to limit your music, your Christian rap
Right.
for a particular age group.
Yeah.
You want it from the baby to the grave, just
Right,
about. You
right.
say.
I can, and I'm it's like I'll take like an old church song and turn it into a rap music.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just so the other ones can still, get that old school flavor mixed with the young people as well. So kind of mix it in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
With rap music, is rap music associated with violence in society today?
It is now, but originally, rap was about having fun. Back in the day, back in 1981, 82, it was meant to express having fun, just on the beat. People just basically making peace, pretty much, And you take people like NWA,
Those are
the
rap groups.
gangster
yeah.
rap music, they kind of changed it into something else, but originally it was meant for peace, not for violence.
Is the beat in Christian rap, is it similar to the beat in secular rap?
Yeah, I mean, I could take a secular song and take the same beat and then write the entire new song under the same beat. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the lyrics. The lyrics are important. I mean, the beat is good, but the lyrics is what can affect you. And that's what it is.
Let me ask this. If in instrumental music, just listening to the beat in music that's instrumental, can it affect one's behavior? Can it affect the way one thinks?
Well, I wouldn't say the beat really affects. Well, I know the beat plays a role in the mood of the song. Yeah, so it can, but really, it all narrows back down to what you're saying. I'm hearing songs. You know what I'm saying? If you're saying something about sex or drugs, it's like it kind of turns you into like a little. It sounds like you can feel like that it's like the spirit behind it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But basically, it's about the lyrics.
Okay. Young people who have an appetite for secular, for let's say for Christian rap, can Christian rap be the gateway to listening to secular rap?
I wouldn't say that, but I know that there are a lot of secular artists that I do want to work with. And basically, I'm taking what they do and kind of bringing them up into my world as a Christian artist to advertise God and Jesus and love and peace.
Talk to us a little bit about the experience that you have had with Christ.
Well, I got saved when I was like 13, and I've been through a lot. So I decided to take everything that I've gone through and put it into my music. And like I said, and growing up, with a stutter, it's harder to really talk. But when I'm rapping, it's like everything just flows a lot. It's like no effort.
Yeah.
It's like it's effortless for me. Yeah. It's amazing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I take what I'm going through, I say in the rap, and it's like if I can get it out there onto my music, I've done my job. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
I see that. How has, not just in your particular church, by the way, what church is it that you attend?
I go, I'm part to go with Bishop Lamb on North Shore.
Not just your church there with Bishop Lamb, but in some of the other churches, do you see that Christian rap is growing or it isn't growing?
It's starting to grow. I mean, I've done some work with people from Redden Road, Bella Covenant, so it's starting to gradually, expand across the border.
Okay, I wonder if you'd give us a little synopsis of one of your creations.
Sure, I'll give you like a little one verse.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna say this. God is my life. He is my world. I'm searching for him like a black pearl. He is the truth. He is the life. My guiding light. In hindsight, you shooting for the moon. I'm shooting for the sun. I'm solar powered. That's how the fight's won. God manifested, wrapped up in flesh. Like Queen Latifah, he's better than the rest. I've crash landed, made this my residence. Call me Fred Price, now I got the evidence. No hesitation, so I flow with confidence. If price was cash, you can say I overspend. And I'm heaven sent, and I'll hold his hand until the end. On Christ the solid rock I stand. Oh, other ground, quicksand. See, I was born a star, so it comes natural. If beats were my diet, it call me a boring fatso. I keep the Father happy, I keep the Father glad. But in the words of Drake, he's the best I'd ever had. But no, you can't compare him, the Alpha and Omega. He speaks the truth to me, like the great debaters. See, I'm a different breed, come from a different hood. Take me out the China shop, I'm a Red Bull. I'll make them see double, like Mary-Kate and Ashley. I'll give them attitude, like Helga G. Pataki. My work is permanent with God, like my tattoos. Cause he's the one that died for me, that's the good news. I'm made in his image, I get it from my dad. Hater, you can hate on my holy girl swag.
All right. Now, I was listening to the words. Those were good words.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering why does, in the secular rap, why do they have to get into all this vulgarity? What's your thoughts on that? Why can't they express themselves? Why can't they express what's happening in society without the cursing and the reference to sex?
Because basically, sex sells the most.
Okay, I think you hit it.
Pornography. I mean, that's like a multi-billion-dollar, trillion-dollar industry. So it's like you mix that with music, you can make a lot of money. You put sex to a beat, it's gonna be like, boom, like mad money. That's basically why.
Do you perform any place here in Bermuda?
Yeah, I've performed numerous places. I want to shout out to my big brother Snipes. Uncle man, he gave me my first big break, and we've done so much on Bermuda. I mean, at parties, concerts, fairs, churches. You know what I'm saying? Just wherever, and we've done a lot together. And I want to thank you for that. Thank you. So yeah.
So do you have any albums or anything like that?
I'm working on my first album entitled Daystar. Tried and True, and hopefully it'll be out like next year summertime. So I'm praying for that will work out for that day.
Very good.
It's a lot of work, but it's going to be done.
We have been talking with Mashundae Pearman, a Christian rapper, someone who's involved in her church, someone who is also in the process of making some albums, and I understand she has some singles out. But as we listened to one of her rap songs, we heard no references to the sex and to the violence in a negative way that's taking place in the world. So again, Mashundae, we are very happy to have you with us.
Thank you. Thank you.
We will be right back. Welcome back to Issues. I wanted to give a wrap-up on the rap music that we've been talking about. Issues wanted to bring you rap music so you could get an understanding of what some of your young people, what exactly they're listening to. As I did my research, I could find very little positive about rap music. It is filled with violence, it is filled with explicit sex, it is filled with terrible cursing words. It would be my advice to parents and to young people to stay away from the secular rap that's really going across our airwaves. Let me just share one or two facts with you. A 2009 study in the American Journal of Preventive Medicine found that students who listened to a lot of music in which sex was described in a degrading fashion tended to start having sex earlier and more often than others. This was a research study that was done. Additionally, an article in the Archive of Pediatrics and Adolescent Medicine reported that teens hear 84 references to explicit substance use daily in popular songs. So again, while we brought you rap, we did it as information so you could hear the dangers that's taking place with those who listen to rap music habitually. One of the things Issues would like to do, we'd like to hear from you concerning Christian rap. You heard Mashundae. What is your opinion on Christian rap? Please let us know by going to issuesbda.com, issuesbda.com, and go to our page and email us to let us know your feelings on Christian rap. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.